How's everybody doing? Welcome back. This is not the Staincast. We're
Sure.
back. We're back to form. MCU Staincast has returned. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. Yes, that came out this year. Yes, we're about to spend the next probably 50 minutes of our time covering it. So
Unfortunately,
thank us later.
And
Of
that
course,
shit, man.
myself, one of the co-hosts, DL, other one, Hag.
Yes,
The
sir.
kid has returned for week 2, probably week 3 next week. Welcome.
What's going on, everyone? Fucking Hag, what was next week again? I forgot.
The menu.
Ooh, that is actually something I need.
Spoiler.
Yeah, little spoilers. Maybe I'll bleep that out if I forget. Oh well. But
yeah, whatever.
So just to preference before we get into anything else, before we get into what actually DL, I forgot since we had to redo this intro. Why don't you ask your lovely question to our guest?
I was just gonna ask him what he's watching this season.
Yeah, I almost forgot.
Like I said before we got interrupted, I was saying
by your mic,
by myself,
by your own hand.
But fucking Beef on Netflix is tough. They got my boy Steve
Is it?
in it.
I've heard it's good.
It's
I just
tough.
haven't tapped in
It's
yet.
by A24. The main characters are scumbags, but that's the whole point. It's tough though.
We love
fucking,
a good
you
show.
already know. Mando season 3, shit, man.
Is that a TV show or a movie?
Beef has a fucking TV show. I think it's 10 episodes. They're like an hour each or something.
Sheesh.
That's not bad.
It's nice though. Yeah, it's nice. A24 always cleans up.
Yeah,
I mean that's
like,
true.
If it fills the space, unfortunately, like everybody else says, I got my backlog right now. I'm actually grooming through it pretty well now that I've actually started to write it down and I like see the.
I gotta
games
hear
and
that
movie.
backlog. This is a mid MCU Staincast album. You might as well dump the fucking backlog. We got time.
Not all of it,
but
you need to
what
I
would
ain't
you
dumping
give
the
us?
backlog. Because it's like it's literally I have 3 shows, 3 movies, and 2 books. Like that's my backlog right now of stuff that I need to do. I also have grooming the goodie room, my music playlist because it's
Again?
like 75 hours, bro. It just I'm trying to kind of like diversify where like the goodie room is kind of just like the one size fits all. Like I'm just gonna put it on when I'm just like chilling, like in the car, when I'm just like whatever. Because I need the more like specialized playlist. Like my gym playlist is probably just gonna turn into like I don't know, like it was all over the place. Like I had recurrences where I'd have one song in like 4 playlists. I'm like, this doesn't make sense.
Jesus,
so it's a very daunting task because now I have like 6 playlists. I made like 2 more recently for no reason.
Like one.
I mean, to be fair, I have a playlist that's like 100 hours long, so I do need to break it up.
Yeah.
It's
and like
it
I
is
mean
too much.
not all my playlists are for anyone who's thinking not all my playlists are friggin' 100 hours long. It's just I have like my like the lean playlist. I got the goodie room, got the pump tunes, which is the gym, got the classic, which is like just the random stuff where it's like older music and stuff like that. Then I have my outside one, which is literally just the baby, because I can't have him on my main playlist anymore because I hear him and I get freaking like
Tight.
chills and
Yeah,
I
that
don't
is
know.
true.
PTSD.
It has me feeling some kind of way. I couldn't really describe it, but that's kind of where we're at with that. But I guess we should probably get on topic. I'm sure our guest is very eager to jump right into
excited for Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Like I was saying before, I wanted to start off with this lovely story because this is about to show us exactly what comes into play with this episode. So on Saturday, my brother texted me at 11:37 p.m. The time will make sense in a minute. He said, "What's the Disney Plus password? I want to watch the new Ant-Man." So I said,
"Don't give it to me."
I said shit's mid and then sent him the password. He said thanks. At 12:36, he texts me, "This shit is ass. MODOK looks like a goof, and I don't know what the fuck is going on 90% of the time."
It's true.
It's pretty accurate.
That's my thoughts of that movie. Shit
not even an hour into that movie, he's like, "What the fuck is this shit?"
I mean,
that's why I couldn't finish it earlier. Like I know we rewatched these movies beforehand, but this was one I couldn't finish. It's just a waste of my time.
Yeah, I mean,
it is.
For me personally, I think I'm in a pretty unique situation because for anyone who doesn't know, during the movie, it was kind of dragging along. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. I had to fucking use the bathroom, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to the bathroom now because and this wasn't something that just happened immediately. Like there was like 30 minutes where I was like, all right, now I'm gonna go. And then also I'm like, oh shoot, Kang might pull up. Oh shoot, Kang might pull up. I walk out of the theater and probably one of my feet leave the freaking auditorium, Kang pulls up. At least that's what they said. I didn't fucking see it. But like the scene where he pulls up, for when he pulls up on
On
Cassie
Scott
and
the
Ant-Man,
first
like
time?
when he has literally
Interrogation,
the best scene of the entire movie, also known as.
And
Oh,
literally,
we'll get
as
into
soon
that a
as
little,
you left, as soon as I heard the door close, fucking the scene goes to Kang walking up, pulling
You see
up
his
on
feet.
him,
You
like,
see his feet walking up,
yeah,
probably.
Damn,
Like,
exactly.
that's
As soon as the door
when I saw that
crazy.
afterwards, it was so funny because we pulled up like the legal stream, of course. We pulled it up and I watched it and I was like, what the fuck, man? That's the best part of the movie. What are
You
the
missed
chances
it.
of that?
Yeah.
It's his
Yeah.
most intimidating scene in the movie. Like it makes
Yeah,
you
oh, yeah,
feel like
no,
Kang's an
absolutely.
actual threat.
It gives the like kind of like the exclamation point on his entrance, and I fucking missed it. So I think it's unfair for me to like. I gotta watch it again. Basically, is what I'm saying. I need to watch it one more time.
You do.
Um,
Just
I
that
wish I
scene,
didn't. I wish I didn't, but I don't know. I kind of like. I liked it. Flowed so much better when you had the scene with
The
Kang
Kang
in the
scene,
movie
yeah.
about Kang.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like watching it again. I wasn't even. I'm not saying it's a good movie. Like it's like.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about where its shortcomings lie because it's pretty easy. But compared to some of the other stuff they've been dropping, I
It's
think
not
I
as
can
bad.
almost. No, exactly. At least it has flashes.
I don't know.
Where
I don't
if
know.
like it has flashes where the scenes aren't terrible. Like I mean, I'm
well,
not.
yeah.
Most
It's
Well,
just
like,
as bad
you
as
can
it's
watch
just as bad
them.
as Doctor Strange 2 for me, honestly, which isn't saying much.
Yeah, and
It's
I
better
mean, and
than
that movie's
Thor,
not
it's
good
better than
either,
Thor,
though.
but Thor is
Yeah, but-
saying something's better than Thor: Love and Thunder is like fucking.
No, it
saying
means fucking
a
nothing.
movie's a movie.
It's like saying it's not the worst movie in the MCU.
yeah, it's like saying I saw a movie.
Yeah, it's like okay, like
Yeah.
that's a participation trophy basically at that point. But I mean, I guess we can just jump right into the actual like more segmented version of this. If we wanted to do our favorite character, if anyone had one.
Kang, but only for like 2 scenes.
Yeah.
So the
I'm
scene
trying
that
to
we've been
think
chatting
of it,
about, and so that the scene that we've been chatting about, and then the scene of him and Michelle Pfeiffer chatting about the multiverse and shit like that. That's tough. Besides that,
Yeah, those scenes actually is just quality, like just
Besides their
acting, but-
freaking terrible lip job. That's
Well,
what
we don't talk
lip
about
injection.
that.
Should.
Yeah,
is
I
not
mean,
okay.
yeah, but
I'm
we don't
sorry.
talk about
I'm
that.
sorry, but that
That's
is like
just the Hollywood classic. Once you hit like 50, you got to get that done.
Yeah.
The Botox, the fucking
quick
injections.
sidebar. Anyone who's got problems with my light situation, how do you like it now? I'm not gonna get aggressive. I'm not gonna be upset. How does everybody? I mean, it's difficult now because on the 4-box one, that's when you can really see
What's going
the whole. You can see the whole
The
freaking
whole
backdrop.
light,
But now you
yeah.
but now you really only see like this tiny area in my room anyway. So, for anyone who is saying that my room is too dim, it's ominous. That's how we like it. I don't know. That's it.
It's the mood lighting.
Y'all just mad
Exactly.
he don't got the fancy light. That's all it is.
I do got the fancy light. You can see it in my freaking glasses. I
Oh,
got
yeah,
the
you
fancy light right there.
You can. I can see it now.
I see the little ring. I don't even need that. I just got a light like right fucking above me.
Yeah, no, you're chilling.
Literally just shining down.
It's the freaking sun. But who didn't say their favorite character? You said your
You.
favorite character was Kang.
Yeah. Xander
I
also
mean,
said Kang.
Kang. Yeah,
I was trying to think if there's anyone better than him in the movie. Like the main fucking character is just a fucking.
Yeah, because I started to make a list of my least favorite characters, and then all of a sudden I
And it's
looked
like
down.
all
I'm like,
of
this is everybody but Scott. Yeah, like I mean, it's everyone but Kang. I was like, oh no.
Scott's not that bad either, but he's just the
Nah,
same.
so
in
Scott's
every
in the middle.
movie.
He's in the middle. He's in the middle. There was nothing written about him, negative or positive. He was
He's
just
just the
Scott.
same in every movie. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's just Scott.
his-
Exactly.
His play on jokes of being Ant-Man, like in his book, they weren't bad. They're fine. But like
That book is actually releasing at the end of the year, and I kind of want to get it because it's going to be. I
wait,
feel like
an
it's
entire
gonna be
book.
like that actual
Like,
book
they're
is written and
actually-
exists.
Yeah,
Who
I
the
kind of
fuck
want to
wrote
get
that?
it. I don't know.
they
spent
paid
money
someone
to-
to write it. It's probably
Yeah,
some
so who
fucking
spent the time and
random
money
writer, some
to write a book
comic
about a
writer.
fictional universe?
It's not Jeff Loveless. I know it's not Jeff Loveless.
Oh,
It's an
Probably
actual
some random
novelist.
writer or something.
I don't remember who it is though.
That's wild.
But I do kind of want to get it because I feel like it's going to be ridiculous.
I just don't even know what the hell you can tell a story about. Paul Rudd's not that interesting.
It's
It's
just
like
the
he's maybe,
story.
like, a
It's just going to be a
chapter.
retelling of
like,
Scott Lang
Endgame, of
hyping himself
Endgame.
up in the MCU of his
Like
life
during
in the
Civil
MCU.
War,
Yeah,
Endgame,
and he's just going to be
fucking
making
second
himself look
movie.
bigger than he actually is. I think it's going to be
Yeah.
weak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not paying for it, but I mean, it's funny.
Yeah, it's
Good on
something
them.
that would be funny if they do it right. It
Yeah.
could be a funny.
I mean,
book,
it's not a Dodge Challenger that opens up to being a fucking popcorn basket for $50. So I mean, I can't slide it.
I
Yeah,
can't-
it's going to be
I
it's
can't be
it's
too
like a
mad.
$20 book. I'll pay $20 for that.
Yeah. Yeah, but Kang is definitely my favorite character. We'll get into it because I think we're just going to talk about Kang this entire movie, so I don't even really need to get into it now.
About it right
We're
now.
just, like this is just going to happen after we get past our least favorite characters. So
Also, since this is the first movie we're covering with him in it, we separate art from artists on this channel. So we're just going to talk
proven
about
fucking guilty, man. For fuck's sake.
That's what I'm
like,
saying. I don't.
Like,
really
it's not about. It's literally nothing else
have
involved.
anything
It's
to say
innocent until proven guilty.
Exactly. I don't have
no,
anything
like, we're-
to say until
so-
then. Yeah, innocent
so
until proven guilty. Like
but regardless, we separate art from artists, and we're talking about him as an actor and in this movie.
Yeah.
Everybody else
Yeah,
can
Yeah,
fuck off.
because that shit he's accused of is pretty vile. I'm not gonna lie if it's true. It's some villainous shit. It's some method acting into the.
It is some
Yeah,
villainous shit,
yeah.
but so we'll move on from that, and I guess go into least favorite characters, which I can list a few.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we can freaking. I can go all episode on
I'm just
this.
gonna say fucking Ant-Man,
Cassie.
Janice, Cassie.
MODOK.
The only MODOK, definitely MODOK. So if I have to make a top 3, because I don't really like most of the characters,
I gotta close my door.
Cassie,
Smoke,
MODOK,
who's your
and
least
Wasp.
favorite character on Quantumania?
That's what I'm saying. Like you can't really like pinpoint like who doesn't.
I
do a
mean,
good part,
fucking
'cause most of
Michael
them don't do a
Douglas.
good part.
Michael Douglas literally looks lost that entire movie.
No,
does
that's
not-
what I'm saying. man.
Exactly.
He does
He's
not
just
like- he
staring
looks like he
around,
doesn't
like,
know
he
what's
doesn't know
going on.
Exactly. He's just staring.
Like, I remember that
looking
when I
around,
first watched
contemplating.
that movie, like halfway through, I'm like, we got to put this guy in like not just a green screen, like a square box, like because like I feel like it's just a full green screen around him, so he's just
that
looking
scene
at
at-
nothing. Into
That scene at
nothing.
the end where he's posted with the
Oh,
ants
yeah.
coming around him, he's
Mhm.
literally just sitting in a green box, not knowing what the
Yeah.
fuck
It
is
looks
going
so
on.
confusing because it just looks like he's just staring around like that. Like,
Yeah, like he just like
he's not looking at anything.
it's something that's not even like for
It's
me
not the
anyways.
actor's
Like,
fault, but
and it's not something you can even just like pick out to like one scene either. It's kind of just like the way he's moving like throughout the entire movie. Like you can just tell like whatever that big area that they're showing it to be is not that big. Like he's in a
they don't
tiny
have
fucking.
they don't have much to look at in these fucking
No,
warehouses
but I mean,
in Atlanta.
I said it.
It's
And it's
either-
like
I don't think
10
this
minutes
was
into
shot-
this movie, you never see like you're into the CGI world now for the entire movie. Like I
Yeah.
hope you packed your bags because literally you're gonna
There's
spend
very,
the next
very
hour.
rare
Like,
practical
Literally
set.
10 minutes into the movie.
it's like the only thing that's real is the goddamn floor they're standing on. Like it's kind of
Yeah.
hideous. Like
yeah, that's it.
I was even
which
getting
is
some,
weird
like,
because Love and Thunder. I hate to bring up that movie, but it used that
You don't have to.
technology it used the technology that Mando did, like to make the worlds look realistic and cool. Like I don't remember what it's called right now. I think it's called The
but
View.
they
The
use
View.
like some lighting technique. Like they have like a whole 360, and then they have like the setting. Like you can actually
Exactly.
see like what they're supposed to be looking at. And
Why
looks-
didn't they
like,
do that here?
That's what I'm saying. It makes everything look more real because the lighting actually comes off from the background into the character's face, so it's not looking like some nasty CGI lighting and shit.
All
Yeah,
I'm gonna
but-
say, all I'm gonna say to that is that there's too many questions I have to where like that's at, like the bottom of the list. Like there's so many other things where it's like, why are you doing that? To where it's like something about like, I mean, obviously it sucks that the entire fucking backdrop is CGI for like 85% of the movie, 90% of the movie. But I mean, like, why are you casting what's her name, Catherine Newman as
Newton.
friggin' Cassie? Like that's a question I think is more.
Her
important to
acting
ask.
is fucking atrocious.
She's the same. Literally, hey, look, she's sad. Like, she has like that kind of that like half smile, half
Yeah.
frown thing. Where like it's supposed to be like a serious situation, but she's kind of like 1 second away from cracking a joke, and I'm like,
It's so fucking hideous, man. Like her.
I don't know if it's the actor or the script because most of the time
no,
I keep blaming the actor.
she has no
because
presence
they-
on screen. No presence.
Yeah, that is
Absolutely
like
not.
I feel like it's just that she wasn't casted well. That's probably
No.
what it was for that.
Because like those scenes could have been
No
so
chemistry.
emotional. Like some of those, yeah, exactly. So it could have been so emotional between Cassie and Scott because like we've seen that with the kid
Yeah.
actor who played Cassie in the other two movies,
Mhm.
but it just felt like nothing because Catherine Newton was just flat toned the entire time. Like that speech she
Mhm.
was making to get them to pull
Ugh.
up was so flat, monotone,
Shouldn't have been her.
bullcrap.
I don't know why it was her. I don't know
I
why
think it was the actor
the
now,
traveler is now going to hype up people she's never even seen before. It's like, why don't you give it to someone who actually, has some skin in the game? Like, if Ant-Man did it, it would have been stupid. If freaking, what's her name? The
It
title
should have
character that's
been-
not in the movie, Wasp.
Should have been
If
Janice.
she was in the...
Yeah,
It
should have been-
Yes, exactly. Literally anybody else.
She's been in the.
It should have been
Quantumania
Jentora.
movies, I don't know. Or
The-
her,
the-
yeah.
It could have
literally
been.
or
It
her,
could have
yeah.
been. I just don't know why it
Anyone.
would have been any of the Earth people, like the people. I don't
Yeah.
know. Like it just didn't. It didn't seem right to me. 'Cause,
Janice
like
has been in the
these people were
quantum
gonna.
realm the most, but
Yeah,
Everyone
I
in
mean,
the
she
quantum realm
she
hated
basically lived there.
Janet. They hated her
Really?
though because she
because she
just
left,
left.
yeah, exactly.
That was the
But,
whole
I
reason
mean,
why
her
Bill Murray
coming back
turned
trying
on
to
her.
fight may
Speaking of
give
Bill
them some
Murray,
morale. Yeah,
Speaking of
he's
Bill
pretty
Murray,
good.
him chatting, but him chatting about fucking laying pipe to Janet right in front of Hank was so vile. I
That's
would
just
not.
out of
I
pocket.
would have punched. I would have knocked him out right then and there.
Yeah, that's just out of pocket.
Like so out of
It's just-
pocket. It's Rick and
it's
Morty
just kinda
writing, which is what we unfortunately got with this writer.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's great.
Thank
I
God.
mean,
Thank God he got taken off Kang Dynasty. Thank fucking
Alright,
God.
I mean, yeah, I say
We
we
can't
don't even
fully
really
blame the writer, but the problem with the Marvel movies is the writer makes the script, but then there's like fucking 30 studio
I mean, somebody
rewrites
has
that
the
they want
freaking lineup
involved
to
in the
get
script.
shot. Someone's got a lineup to get it. Like
And
you
it,
can't just be
unfortunately
like,
for him, it's Jeff Loveless.
yeah, exactly. It's
Yeah.
the same thing where it's like if the movie gets sent to theaters and it's dark as hell, like it sucks. Like I'm sure it's not just one person's problem, but like whoever's the manager of like the editing and stuff like that, he's done. Like you got to pick somebody because I mean,
And unfortunately for this one, the
you
writing
could
was the
fire
worst
everybody.
part.
You
But
could
but
fire
here's
The
the thing
everybody.
problem with the problem with the
it-
writing is, hold on, let me just say something. The problem with the writing is that they hire these writers, and once the writer brings in the script to Marvel, most of the time that's it. Like they're not involved with the process of rewrites and the process of shooting the movie. They just hire them to fucking bring a script, and that's it. They have no control over the finished
So-
product. That's like basically what the writer's strike is about, trying to have like
More of a
workplace
thing.
hours for
Yes.
these people inside like the studio.
But
Like,
also,
so I'm not gonna blame him all the way.
I won't. Fair enough. I mean, Kevin Feige's a fucking a
He got
shell of what he
stupid
used
ass
to be
name
right
though,
now.
so
His chin is dumb
That's
weak
all.
now. That's all it is.
Yeah. But so my another issue is that it feels like a giant Rick and Morty episode.
Yeah,
Like it literally just feels like a
100%.
2-hour Rick and Morty.
As someone who isn't super into Rick and Morty, I guess I couldn't really say. It just feels like my problem is that like how are you gonna spend like that whole scene like being super overt about like the fact that he clearly had a relationship with her. You can leave it at that if we want to, but it's like you're being so in your face and overt with it, but we can't get like semi-serious dialogue. It's like it's no longer the excuse where it's like, oh, this is more of a kids' team movie. Like it's a serious movie. Like I feel like it's a pretty serious concept. So like you have Kang literally threatening to kill his daughter in front of him like forever until he begs him to, like
And-
that whole
and-
shenanigan.
Yeah,
They should have
But then
gotten
the end of the
stuck in
movie just
quantum
goes,
realm. They should have stayed
and
stuck
then-
in the quantum realm.
and then you have
put some
that
stakes.
speech by Cassie, and it just sucks the soul out of the movie. Where it's like, also
It felt
because
so flat.
I don't know what the obsession like Endgame, the whole everybody fighting in one area made sense because of the circumstances, but it's like, what payoff are we
Every
getting
movie
from
does
watching? It's like, but what's the payoff in watching people from the quantum realm bum rush Kang? Like we don't know any of these people. Like this, like the one guy getting smoked, or like the telepath who was.
So this is
Useless.
the one
Like,
thing that
Telepath was
I've
useless.
heard from watching a lot of the behind the scenes or keeping up with it on Twitter and stuff like that is Marvel, before a movie comes out and before it's written, does CGI for the final battles, and then they have to like because when they're filming they need to know what camera angles to do, like the Wanda attacking Carmitage was completely was half CGI'd before the thing was actually filmed.
Yeah, that's how it's done for a lot of the Marvel movies.
Yeah, they do the CGI beforehand and then have to fit the scene into whatever the script is. That's why some of
I mean,
those
I'm not-
finales and the final, that's why Shang-Chi had that giant ass fucking CGI battle at the end for no fucking reason.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm not a director, so like I'm not gonna say there's a better way to do it when I don't know shit about that. So
Don't do the CGI,
Also, I mean, look,
especially in a
easy.
movie like Shang-Chi. That did not need it.
yeah, I mean, that one's a little bit easier to pick on because that is ridiculous what they do with that movie. But even this movie
Fucking
too, it's like
hand-to-hand combat.
I
action
just think
martial arts
that-
movie you turn into that.
like they needed
ants.
to invade his whole little like safe haven area, but it just should have been. I don't know. I just think the camera should have been more focused on the characters. We actually know, like care about. I care about them.
Well, I mean, it's not like you said earlier. Most of the characters we knew aren't even in this movie because Hope is in this movie for like 15 minutes, and she's like
Yeah.
one of the title
Yeah,
characters.
that's literally the easiest check she's
does
ever gotten
nothing.
in her entire acting career,
just
and like that's
stands
not a
around,
slight to
like,
her.
yeah,
Good
literally.
on her. Like I'm literally
she's a good actor.
saluting
she's a good
you.
actress, but
Like I said, I'm saluting you for getting your
But
bag.
she was
literally doing
barely
nothing.
in it. Barely in
Yeah,
it.
like-
it's like Ant-Man and the Wasp, but like Why
Yeah,
have
the
the
title
Wasp in the title? It should
character.
have been his daughter. Like they should just put like Ant-Man
Ant-Man and
Stature or
Stature.
whatever. Like I don't know
Ugh,
why have the
nah.
Wasp when she does nothing besides at
Yeah,
the
no,
end
she's just
finally
so.
takes out Kang, helps him. Like
Yeah, but then it means
Yeah,
nothing because they get out anyway in 2 seconds instead of fucking being trapped in the quantum realm because it was too similar to the second movie.
mhm. They rewrote the movie at the end. You can tell by
It's by their hair
the way they
changes,
looks yeah, exactly. The way they looks
and they
different
they
from the
did they
makeup at
did
the
that
time.
like a month before the premiere. They reshot that a
They said it
month before the
didn't
premiere.
work well with the audiences, so they wanted to rewrite that. So
I
that's
would
why.
if they got us what stuck in the quantum realm without it would have had stakes. It and then like the post
Whoever
credit
their
the second
audience pool is, they need to
they need to
stop
change it.
asking these people their opinions. Like clearly, you have like in the spirit of trying to find diversity, you're like shutting yourself into an echo chamber. Like they're trying to make it so
Yeah.
let's get everybody from each group, but then you just come into the fact where it's like I don't give a shit about superhero movies. Nevertheless, freaking Ant-Man. It's like you have to consider there's
Well,
more biases than just your freaking skin color or your whatever it is. Like
yeah.
there's so
Well,
much
so
more than
going
that.
continuing on to like even what I was saying. So if that with that ending that they would have had, the one of the post credit scenes would have been Cassie trying to find them, and then her like looking at a map of the quantum realm, seeing a ping, and then getting scared, hinting towards that Kang is actually not dead. Because let's face it, Kang is actually not dead.
Wow. Whoa.
Literally, the Kang Dynasty. Wow,
It
I'm
could
surprised
not
that
have been
they even
more
tried to
obvious.
set that up. It's just I don't know why.
So then don't
introduce Kang in the
freaking
Ant-Man
kill
movie.
him. Well, don't kill him. Like just don't even just have him best them.
Don't
Like
even make
what's
him
so
the
wrong
villain
with?
of the movie for Ant-Man. That's the whole
Yeah,
problem. Is
true.
an
No,
Ant-Man movie
it should have been
shouldn't have
MODOK.
a
It should have been like
big
MODOK. Like
villain
exactly,
like
MODOK should have
Kang.
just been at the end of the movie. Like if they want to do that soft shit, like oh yeah, like I was just like he's the real puppet master. Like I'm just here to like kind of just like freaking. I'm his
Yeah,
weapon.
The
like AIM should
hitman.
have
He's
been
the
the main
hitman.
villain.
Yeah.
Like they should have just stuck with AIM and have MODOK as
Yeah,
the
I mean they
last
had the
boss.
right idea. Like they really had me sold in the beginning there, where they didn't even mention his name until freaking like halfway through the damn movie. They kept calling
45
him
minutes
and shit.
in, yeah, it was
Well,
like
it was
45 minutes in the movie.
like I was pretty impressed with that. Like they were really setting up that suspense for a while, and I think that's something that they never do now. Especially, I mean, with jokes in this movie, forget about it. This guy is a fucking comedian who directs these movies, so and he's not even good comedy though, which is the unfortunate. Like
Some
it
I
has
some
like
of it,
parts.
some of it's
yeah,
not bad.
it's weird. Yeah,
Maybe the
it's like
broccoli
50.
guy when they said holy shit he's a broccoli, like that's the only time I chuckled.
It was
Other
funny
than
when he
that,
pulled
like,
up on Wasp though. I love when he said,
Yeah.
"What's your story?" or whatever he
Yeah,
said to
like
Wasp. That was pretty funny.
That's the only part that got me to chuckle is the fucking broccoli. But other than that, it's like the
It's
jokes
also-
really weren't hitting.
It is kind of weird that two Marvel movies that came out in the same year had two vegetable head guys. Because Guardians 3 had the
Yeah.
one that looked like the carrot.
Yeah,
That's weird.
that
That's
I
just-
don't know if that wasn't planned, but
No, it definitely wasn't
weird.
planned. It's just weird. It's just weird that it happens like that.
Because the studio's saying that we need to stop putting a bunch of people in a realm that's supposed to be completely opposite to ours. Like it's the quantum realm and it's literally just Earth, but with like CGI backgrounds. It's so like every once in a while you have a couple species interlaced to make it look a little bit more like lived in, besides by just humans.
Mhm.
And even there's even that Bill Murray. Oh, is that what you guys call yourself humans? I'm like, what? He had some stupid quote. He's like, yes, but no. It's like, come on, man. Like, don't ask the question if you're gonna answer it with that shit. Like,
Yeah.
don't even ask the question.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking bad. But what are we even talking about?
That's we
I just
were
wanna say,
kind of just
I
ranting.
thought the visuals would be more crazy for something called the quantum realm. Like you
Yeah.
were saying, it doesn't feel like it's somewhere.
It's just
different-
Earth with
like a
freaking
different
with dark
universe, yeah,
background and freaking blue.
It feels like
guys
it could be a
running
different
around
planet.
and
It feels like they're outer space. I wanted to feel
Yeah.
more like futuristic, maybe, but just
Yeah.
different. Like it just doesn't make any sense. It just like some of these people look like they're living in fucking huts in the corner.
This movie's fucking
Yeah,
mid.
I don't know. It's weird.
It's a shame too because it really is like at least by like the story that they were telling. Like I'm not mad at like how close it was related to like the Kang from Loki. Like I'd almost believe that he's like the Kang from Loki's like the end of this Kang. Like that's the future he saw is like him just fucking. I mean, he literally did it.
Hitting there.
He had the freaking the one timeline. He had the sacred
Yeah.
timeline in the movie. So it's like he clearly there's more to him. And they honestly they did a great job like relating the two characters from Loki. I mean, especially since it was so long ago too. Like they did a good job like kind of using the same words in the same situations.
Yeah, it's variants, incursions.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
just-
Like, I was impressed with that because I mean they can't make a connected universe to save their lives nowadays with some of these movies, but this one,
Nothing connects anymore. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. I mean, this movie's it's only connecting to literally a fucking TV show, so it's like it's still kind of
Well,
shitty. I guess if you
it's
want
to an extent Multiverse of Madness as well,
to. Yeah. Okay.
with
Yeah, that's true.
incursions and stuff like that, because that's the first time we heard incursions.
Yeah. It's just Kang is just so much more like charismatic and like energized than everyone else in this movie. Because I mean, this is his first movie in. The rest of them have been leaning back since the first movie, getting their fucking checks. Like
They
And-
just feel
and
like they're just, like
Each
you
movie
said,
they
they're not
lead
really
further and
trying.
further back too.
yeah, oh my god, yeah. By this third movie, sheesh, half the cast is leaned up. Hank,
It's like they're
fucking Wasp.
They're phoning it in.
You don't even have the wombats anymore. I mean, that's for the best though. Anyone
Yeah,
who watched the
I
MCU,
don't
That
like
is
Ashley
true.
Louise, yeah. I don't
The
need
wombats.
Louise and them boys, yeah.
yeah. So, anyone who watched the Ant-Man 1 and 2 Staincast, you know the
It's the
wombats.
fucking peanut gallery.
Yeah.
What-
Nobody. Yeah.
Fuck this movie.
Yeah, I don't even like. It's not.
Oh
good.
well, no, but we have to talk about the suit up because that shit is hard as fuck. You
Oh,
can't
Kang
say
suit
it.
up? Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
what is that?
Yeah,
What are you
it
gonna
is.
do? Win,
Yeah.
and then he just
And then
fucking-
he
that is
suits
hard,
up.
yeah.
Because
shit
that
is
suit is
bad.
hard. Like it's a little bit too shiny for me. Like I think I've said it before. We've really lost. Like we're going full circle now with like going back to super cheesy like cartoon costumes. Where like oh it's freaking so purple and so green. Like just fucking make it like off. Like I don't know. Like whatever. I'm
Too
freaking
bright.
going around.
It's too
Exactly.
bright.
It's just too bright. It's like this man ain't polishing out his fucking armor. Like
Yeah,
I
it
don't know.
should
It
be
just
battle worn or something.
yeah, exactly.
Well,
I
with
mean,
his
I guess
technology,
since it's
assume
digital,
that
I
he
was like,
fixes
since-
that
yeah.
shit. I'm assuming with his chair, like he fixes his suit every time. It's not
yeah, I
like
know.
he's walking around, like,
It's just
sworn.
It still is.
more of a
It's just a
nitpick.
little bright. It is a little bright.
Like even when
Yeah.
he's walking around with like it doesn't look
It's
comfy
shiny
at
as
all. Like the
fuck,
way
yeah.
like
No.
Majors is trying to walk in that shit and he's
Mhm.
stiff as a fucking board because that shit's like
Yeah.
has a metal piece around his chest. Like
You think someone from the future would have like some skin tight suit that just repels all damage? Why do you need something so bulky? If you have,
I mean, you
if
could
you
ask
fix
that
it?
question about a lot of things that happen in this movie.
I feel
You
like
think
Iron
someone
Man
from the
suit
future
is
could,
one
you
of
know,
his
Remember that he
Yeah.
has
Why
like
doesn't he have
AOE
nanotech?
attacks.
remember that he has a disintegration gun on both his wrists that he was literally toy. He was fucking
and just
And then
doesn't
he hits-
use it against.
But he
Ant-Man
hits
in the
Ant Man
film.
with it, and he just doesn't disintegrate because plot
I don't
armor.
know.
yeah. I mean, the one thing I will say that I'm glad they did, at least Ant-Man got bigger. It's like Wasp fucking doesn't change at all, but at least he had like that. You could say where it's like, oh, he did something. Like his
His hero
character
moment when he
evolved.
destroyed
Exactly,
the
his hero
towers,
moment. Sure,
whatever,
yeah,
like-
we'll call it that.
The only thing he does in that movie that.
But the thing
stands
is
out
that the perspective means nothing because it's all CGI and it looks fucking. I mean, it doesn't look terrible. Like you when you're just in that digital universe, like the perspective is just so like he is massive. Like he was
That
actually
movie looks like
ginormous
shit.
in that
No,
final
yeah,
scene.
he
but,
was.
like,
He
if he was beside like a building, you'd be able to say, "Oh, this man's like 10 stories up right now," or whatever the hell it would be. Like,
But yeah, he doesn't even see. And even he's like, Cassie, you're huge, and I'm like, it doesn't even look like it because you're big,
yeah,
and we're in this digital fucking realm.
yeah, exactly. No, you could just never tell what height they were because they're like,
There's
"Oh,
no
we're both big right
reference
now,"
to
and I was
it.
looking, I'm like, "You're both big." Like I thought you were regular size. Like I was so confused.
Yeah.
Also,
There's no
being in the
reference
quantum
point to
realm, the
tell.
way that fucking pin particles and shit work is really confusing.
I mean, the whole quantum realm is confusing. Like, why the hell did she age in the quantum realm when Kang clearly doesn't age? I mean, like, all right, we're not gonna connect Kang because we don't know his whole biological.
Because we
stuff,
don't
but-
know what
but-
technology he imbued himself.
Yeah,
with.
exactly. We don't know about
Yeah.
Kang, but Janet, I don't know why the hell why is she? I guess the look. I'm not mad that they didn't de-age her, but like she was looking way too old when she first crash landed there, like 30 years when she first met him or whatever that was. She was literally had a little bit of
Well,
brown in her hair.
she
or
was
something.
she was in the quantum realm for a while before she met
Before
Kang.
meeting him, yeah.
Okay,
But
I
the
wasn't
problem
sure.
is,
I mean,
like they try to play it that she ages because there's different sections in the quantum realm that you can get stuck in that where you age and don't age. That's why when fucking Scott got stuck in fucking Endgame, he didn't age. But it's just they don't explain it well enough.
Also,
It's like fans
it's
gotta
just-
use
it's
headcanon
not-
to explain it.
it's not a question we should be asking on like the end of a trilogy. Like, there's too much. There's too much to unpack for a fucking trilogy. I mean, this trilogy meant nothing to begin with. Like,
Now it really
now
means
the-
nothing.
I said, now it's really like, wow, we really opened up so many boxes and closed none of them. Like,
So I have another question for y'all. Do y'all think Janet let Kang pipe?
I'm gonna say
he's trying to get a controversial statement out of me.
I'm gonna say yeah for sure. I'm gonna say for sure. The way they're fucking all tight like
Fellas.
that, like
Fellas.
he was like fucking tight when she
Fellas.
betrayed him. I'd say yeah.
She let the entire quantum realm hit, bro. Everybody knew that woman's name.
Yeah.
I mean, you're
everybody knew her
probably
name,
right.
bro. But how does
I'm about to
everybody know her?
say
Like, look,
shit.
I get the whole freaking thing
Everyone
with Kang,
knows
whatever.
her
But
name.
like, even the way, I mean, the way Bill Murray was looking at it, the way
I mean,
half
Bill
the
Murray
movie
was
was
chatting. You know,
yeah,
she
he
had
was.
needs. She had
He was.
needs. So did
Ugh.
Hank. Her name was Linda.
Ugh. Shit's silly as-
Definitely not a
shit is
conversation I
serious.
needed in that movie. That's for sure.
And like
Definitely
with
not.
fucking with Hope right there too. Like that's just weird.
No, but like you were saying, fucking yeah.
There was a line
That
all the
hit
way
got
to
you.
the back. There was a line all the way to the back of the quantum realm, and she was at the
And
front.
Janet was at the front.
Tossing
That
it
might have to be the fucking real. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
No, because Kang
let-
was tight. Like he was.
Yeah, no,
tight,
no,
the man looked like he was in tears.
Oh, I've
when
no,
fucking
absolutely.
she
I think
accepted
that
his
there was a
fucking
lot
hand.
more than what was let on. I think. Like,
Oh,
to your
yeah.
point,
He was
Xander.
like, did Janet say anything
Well,
about me?
Yeah,
They
he's like,
cut
she
out-
really
they
didn't
cut
say
out
anything
some.
about me, and he was fucking kind of distraught. Like he was kind
Exactly.
of
Like that doesn't just go for someone who's your friend you've known for a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
nah, he was
There
like,
was a
"Damn,
lot of their
she doesn't say
backstory that
anything?"
was cut out. There was a lot of their backstory that was.
I'm
cut
not
out.
surprised. What else is new at this point? Like they cut out all the good parts.
Yeah,
We needed more MODOK jokes instead of fucking. Star
Yeah, and I
Wars,
mean,
so.
look,
my
let me
face
just
when
let me just say this now. You should. I have the perfect scene that I thought about it when I saw it too. The only time you should have seen Darren's face is in the reflection is when he pulled up on freaking Hank and he said,
Yeah.
well, it's my, and he would have shown him because he's his fucking mentor and he's his protege because he's the only one he actually like really knew at all. Scott, maybe a little bit, but it was literally the mentor protege, the whole point of that movie. And they act like they're, yeah, you know,
They're
we,
turning
you know,
joke.
we met in the gym one time and I dapped him up. Like, I don't know. And his
but to
inability
be
to
fair,
kill him too.
the MODOK in the suit looked pretty good. I think that CGI wasn't that bad for the most part.
I think he needed hair. He needed hair.
Nah,
I think the
didn't-
bald,
shit.
just the
That
bald.
face was looking so.
It made his
I'm
face
talking
extended
in the
when
suit.
you have
In the
it.
suit, not no with the
In
face
the
shield
suit,
down.
he's just covered. Yeah, with the face. I mean,
With the face shield down, he looks good. I like the voice. The voice is really good.
The voice
Like,
is
I'm
really
actually-
good. Yeah.
That's it's actually like
And when he says "Hey Hank" in the voice, is fucking.
no,
that's
it's
hysterical.
fire. Like no, it
Hank.
sounds like he's an actual a massive like a person created only for the killing. Like it actually feels like that. But you know, of course, the classic. I'm the ultimate weapon, and then when it comes time to be the ultimate weapon and kill
He's not
Cassidy,
the only.
he's
not
not
the
no
ultimate
longer.
weapon.
He's getting choked up.
Yeah.
He's getting caught staring at Scott being tall. Like
He is such a cringe character that like
He might
when
be
Cassie
worse.
beats him and that whole
no, we're not
thing
going
is
to
That's the
talk
worst
about
scene.
that. We're
I'm surprised
not
we didn't
going
even
to
talk
talk
about that yet.
because I don't
Yeah,
want to
exactly.
talk about
I
it.
really don't. I was watching a clip of that on Instagram.
It's
I'm
like
what
the
is
most
this?
What about
embarrassing
his-
thing I've ever seen.
What about
Like
his
a
death
dick.
scene? His death scene too,
No.
where he's
I
like,
forgot
"You
he
were a
died.
brother to me. At least I died in Avenger." Like
None
what?
of that
I
is
don't think
true.
they killed
None
him.
of
I
that
think
is
he's gonna
true.
come back. I don't
He
think
tried
they
to kill
killed
you
him.
in that movie multiple times, and he backstabbed friggin' Hank.
Shit is stupid.
What
Like,
you
why?
on about,
Why
son?
would they fucking
And also, like,
it's just so dumb.
he should have been not fresh out of a makeup chair. Like, he got shrunk to the quantum realm, and like his like what? Just so he gets tiny appendages, and his face is fine. Like, all right, his face is fucked up, sure, whatever. He's extended, but like for the most part, like he's kind of coolin'.
I
Like
mean,
he kind of
yeah.
doesn't look too bad. Like for
His
someone
ass
who
cheeks
got
in there were not necessary.
yeah.
No, it was weak a little bit, but
It was a little weak, but it wasn't
I
necessary.
fucking see
Yeah,
his
I'm-
ass cheeks.
It was the best part of his character because I mean, it was cool too because you had that first part of the movie. Like it had me going, man. It really did. Like when you
The
have
first half was
That was
actually
the
No, it's
movie.
gonna be-
The movie's pretty good up until, pretty much up until Kang betrays Scott and
I'd
doesn't
say,
get
yeah, up
Cassie
to the
back.
heist scene after that, yeah.
Yeah,
I
like
don't know, it just falls apart. The complete last act. It's just you
like
have this
Kang-
whole build up with
Kang
Kang
would not-
perfectly, and then that.
Kang would not have gone again. He would have just been like, "All right, here, gave fucking Cassie to Scott, and then they would have been on their
Why would
way."
he keep her hostage when he?
I
has
think it
what
was
he
because
needs?
he
Like,
made him wait. Because like he literally said, "Do I have to take it?" Like he was on edge for that. He made him wait too long. Like you don't make him wait.
But
I
I guess
agree
to
with
prove
you.
a point, yeah, he's the
I
conqueror.
guess,
I mean,
yeah,
like-
but still, it's still like that's the only like after that, it just completely drops downhill. And don't get me
I
fucking
mean, it's
started
just a
on those
different movie.
fucking ants, bro.
Nah, we won't even talk about how the main titular villain of fucking this whole
Doesn't even get beaten by
phase
the
gets
main
beat by ants.
characters.
Like he doesn't lose to an Avenger, which is a weak Avenger. Be that, but he loses to fucking ants, bro. Like, Oh my
No,
god. How do you fumble a villain's debut harder than that? Like,
you don't.
that's why
Like
people keep
it's
making the
literally.
comparison that the High Evolutionary is a better king because he's just more
He
menacing.
is,
You see what he does on
bro.
screen. They're not just showing you,
So
oh, he fucks up Rocket. No, you see it.
And like that's how you beat a villain, but like he doesn't die. Like there's, it's not
he did
like
die though.
yeah, like
In the
High
end,
Evolutionary. No,
he exploded. Like he did explode with the
Yeah, but
ship.
we don't know for sure though. Like, it's one of those things
yeah.
where if you don't see it
But
on
even so,
screen, you don't know.
to my point, where it's like they could still
It's like
beat
comics.
him, but he
Without
doesn't
killing
have
him.
to die. Exactly. Like he could literally be on his deathbed, but he's not dead. It's like
Yeah.
there's so much you can do, and obviously he's not fucking
I
dead.
saw-
We said this already.
I saw this theory that that deals with if Kang gets recasted for whatever reason, that they should make, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name because it is very hard and I don't want to butcher it.
It's mad African.
They make the High Evolutionary Kang, and then just make the High Evolutionary a version, a variant of Kang, which would make sense because I could see a variant of Kang wanting to
How'd
make
you
a different
do that though in this
society.
timeline? Like, it's weird. How'd you
It
do
is
that in
it
this
is
timeline?
weird. It is weird. Like it obviously
There's already a king out there, but I guess there's a whole multiverse of there's a whole council of them. So
Exactly.
I'm confused with that whole council shit. I'm just confused with that council shit, but I guess that's something they'll explain. But it would
It's
be
just a
weird
bunch
for
of
them just to
Kangs
take that.
lurking.
If they
Like,
recast
villain from the
Kang
Guardians
but
and do
not
that.
Black Panther, I got beef. I got beef.
Yeah.
I mean, I already got
I got
beef.
huge beef. I got dumb beef.
But I
with them
still,
too.
but I got beef.
You got even more
on the freaking
beef.
stovetop right now, like literally sizzling. All right.
Yeah.
What was it? Oh yes, another scene. What did y'all think about the ooze? Because I mean,
It was
I just
whatever.
think they should have just spoken
It
English.
was whatever. It was
They should
whatever.
have just
whatever.
spoken English. Like you're already
It
gonna
was
make
just for a
everything else the
stupid bit.
same.
It was literally just for a stupid
Yeah.
bit, which it honestly is very Rick and Morty-ish.
Yeah. True.
So that was
I
about
guess-
it.
I guess it does explain why a human can understand people from the quantum realm. It's like Guardians, they get away with it because it's like futuristic space shit. Like, everyone has a translator.
Yeah, they have a
in
universal
them, but
translator pill or
Yeah,
whatever the
but-
fuck it is.
Someone from Earth never experiencing that. I guess they got to show away. But it was just
No,
too
no.
comical. Drink the ooze.
We're
It
worried
wasn't
about
even
the
funny.
wrong things. We're just worried about the wrong things. Like I don't give a
Yeah,
shit.
like,
who's
that
speaking what
shouldn't have been a
language. Your
huge
main
scene,
villain
like-
just got killed by fucking ants. Like we're worried about
Yeah,
the wrong.
exactly.
Homie died to
problem.
ants.
That scene should have been 30 seconds of them capturing him and say, "Here, drink this."
Yeah.
And then that's it. Like, it shouldn't have been a whole spectacle.
You're gonna tell me
Yeah.
none of them spoke English? Not a single one of them spoke English?
I'm just. You can't even ask those questions. 'Cause, like, I just don't
why
even
did
really,
why did the Avengers understand Thanos? Is like, yeah, exactly. Like, that is true. If English
It's
is like
something
the
that
main
we just
universal
shouldn't be
language-
worried about, man. Like I'm just not concerned about. So, like when
You're
you put
right,
out movies
but
this
I gotta
bad,
speak about that. Yeah, it's
I
like
don't know.
it is understandable. They waste all this time with that scene when the Avengers understand Thanos. It's not like any of them have translators, so it's like, what was the point? You're right. Harry.
it doesn't matter.
Me right now.
Frieza. Does he have a halo too?
Yeah,
Dead
it's fucking.
Frieza.
It's dead Frieza.
Oh, I mean, I have to. I mean, we can just get into. I mean, we've kind of been up all over the. So I mean, there's no reason to keep. This
I was
shit
like, this
going.
whole movie is it's.
Yeah, exactly. Oh no, we got to talk about
Oh god.
guys. We have to talk about Turgle. We got.
I mean, that's true.
About,
That was soon. Soon we will be talking about Turgle soon.
we got to talk about a 16-year-old girl, whatever age she is, scolding the man who saved the universe for not doing enough. I understand they said, "Oh, what do you do now?"
He's
or
18.
whatever. First of all, I don't even like that. That's sour. It's just freaking in bad taste. It's like there's other ways to say he's a bum than questioning his legacy. It's like,
Yeah.
look, I don't like Ant-Man, but he freaking held it down.
He
Like,
did.
sure, it was an accident
save
that,
half the
that a
universe.
rat. That's what I'm saying.
Brought
Sure,
him
the
back.
rat is more of the hero than him, but whatever. He's the one who used the technology.
So the rat just
Yeah.
brought him back. He's the one who
Yeah.
thought of the idea.
He told,
exactly.
he told the Avengers. He could have just fucking been in despair and
Yeah.
said, "Oh shit, I lost so much
Mhm.
time," and just sat at home
Yeah.
doing nothing. But he actually went
Exactly.
to them with this idea when they tossed
He's
it away.
like, yeah, he's
Cassie
like,
don't
what
care
if I
'cause she
can
was
make this
alive.
happen?
Cassie didn't have to be snapped out of existence because she was already
Exactly.
alive. So it's like he was in the quantum realm for God's sakes. Like, and he is now the bum who's not doing enough.
Yeah,
Like,
he's not doing enough.
like,
Like, let this man
sure,
chill.
it was a
Like, why
joke.
can't he
It
have
was
some
a
time
joke,
to relax
but
after all that?
It's just not the type of like he's the main character. Like we're freaking smoking him. We're
She-
stepping on him. We're like
she acts
stepping
like-
over his corpse to freaking establish Cassie, but she ain't the future.
She acts like he hasn't been in a whole lot of war. Like, that whole shit in Endgame
Yeah.
is like a war. You get PTSD from
And like
shit.
that has
Look at Iron
anything
Man
to
from
do with his
Avengers
ass.
1.
Like Scott had
come on,
anything to
man.
do with the Infinity Stones. He was minding his own fucking business.
Yeah, he just got
It's like he
fucking
was
lumped in
hoarding
there
them.
because
Yeah.
fucking Hope
Allies.
Hank and Janet disappeared.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that whole her disrespecting him that he's not doing enough.
Nah,
for.
we're
He's
off
done
that.
plenty so far, and he doesn't have to help out people he doesn't know. Like it's literally like, why do I have to help out people in the quantum realm? It's understandable.
It's like, look, I got no love for Ant-Man. You guys watched the previous 2 episodes. I don't give a shit about Ant-Man, but you don't. In the 3rd movie, call his legacy into question. Not especially the source. Her.
Yeah. Even if he's a bum, honestly.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, even writing a book. Have you wrote a book? Like, oh no, I forgot. Oh nope, she created what is the word? What do they call it? A subatomic Hubble telescope in a basement.
What?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep looking at the camera. I'm waiting for someone like on the other end to answer this question. Like,
What the fuck is a subatomic? Whatever the hell you just said. Like, what is that?
There's a lot
and
of.
how the hell did an 18-year-old goddamn make it?
And how is she
They say she got help from Hank and Hope. It's like,
and how is she sending signals to the quantum realm?
You don't need to think about these things in this movie.
Yeah.
Too many questions.
Exactly.
Too many
The
questions,
audience is
not enough
asking too much
answers.
now.
DL, let's bring us to an easier topic.
Thirsty moment.
I can really lean back for this one now. Let's go.
Leaned back.
Oh, Dan's leaning in. Oh.
Holy shit, he's up in there. All right, Hag, you can go. You can start us off.
I want you all right now to go to Instagram and go to Catherine Newton's account. Scroll down until you see her in that white crop top with that white skirt and showing the tummy. And that's all you need to see. Everything else in this movie is fucking ass.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right.
Hope's pixie cut also gets me tight.
They botched their haircut for sure. I like the haircut.
Yeah, that's the same. The pixie cut got me so
literally
tight.
Tracer. She's literally Tracer in real life. Shit's terrible.
Especially coming off the cut from Ant-Man and the Wasp. That shit actually ain't bad in Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Let me just lean in real quick. About the tummy on that
Catherine Newton? Oh, on the fucking yeah.
On the Junker Queen.
I spotted that too.
Yeah, no, she.
Oh yeah, you talking about the bitch?
Fun fact:
Junker
she's
Queen.
in Mando. She's in season 3 of Mando.
I don't care.
But she's looking. Yeah, her tummy is nice.
Yeah,
Mando mid.
Yeah, I mean that's. I mean that's about all we got. I completely agree with you. Her hair, fucking terrible. Like I don't know, and I feel like she's trying to one up herself because in the second movie it was like the pixie cut.
No.
Right? Like,
the first movie was the bowl whatever fucking stupid cut. The second movie was the ponytail, and then the
that
third
wasn't
movie
bad. We weren't mad at that.
We were not mad at that one bit. I remember us chatting about that. We were not mad at that one bit. And then we got the fucking pixie cut, and the pixie cut gets me so wrong.
No, absolutely. Okay, let me.
Is it question of the week time?
I was just like, say if you want to just pull up the question of the week, I'll just say some of the quotes I have. I'm just gonna rattle them off.
Yeah.
We can help each other with that. Only because I say that shit all the time when I'm sipping. That shit, like, there's just some things like it's like when Boba Fett is a cold-blooded code. Like, it's not even a part of the show anymore. We've taken it. It's ours.
It's
now.
just something that's that's our quote now.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's quoted by Brian BJI. Like that's the original quote. We can help each other with that. Oh yeah, you want to get out of here. I need to get out of here. Like that, like it's such a shame. He's so good. Like I'm so sold on him until they got it. Especially how it was choreographed, how Kang literally pushes the man with the freaking shrinking stuff up against his power core. Like when they're fighting and he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna run him right into it. I'm gonna show his ass. And then fucking bum rushes him right beside it. And then he's backed up against it. And he's like, oh well, I'm just gonna take my freaking shrinky shit and just toss
put it into it. Yeah.
It's like, yeah, the same man. And even with the shit with the fucking ants. Oh yeah, they've been evolving over centuries. Isn't that literally like Kang? Like, isn't that Kang's whole character? Is that he's always evolving because he's like fucking lived forever and knows how it's gonna end? And like, you know,
it doesn't matter if they're ants. He's a human
space
being
traveler
who's lived for thousands of years. Why are these ants?
He's a time traveling conqueror, for God's sakes, man.
Yeah.
Like we're downplaying his like they make him. He's not smart. Like Kang isn't smart in this movie. He's just a bad
No.
guy. He's a con.
I mean, the other Kangs aren't very smart either, considering that they trapped him in a cage with the fucking key.
with his chair and all his
yeah, with-
technology.
Like
Mad smart, but
they
I guess
sabotaged his ship.
Why didn't they just
Sure.
kill him and destroy his ship? And why even leave him alive? It's like the real question here. It's like
Absolutely no sense.
fucking-
But of course, as usual, every Saturday we take to Instagram at the Staincast to ask you guys a lovely question, get you involved, get y'all talking. This week we asked an easy one. Rate the movie 1
Told
through
y'all
10.
guys, I'm on that easy shit. I ain't trying hard no more. You guys pressed the line.
DL's been tight about this, so make sure you respond. Maybe the more responses, the more in depth we'll go. We'll see. But I also have a message to read from a different viewer that we'll get to after all of this.
Oh yes, I forgot about that. Yeah, we gotta address him.
What?
We gotta undress him.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Wait. What are you? I'm talking about something completely different.
No, we're talking about the same thing. I just said address, and then I thought I said undress, but then I actually said undress. No, just keep going, man. Keep
Okay.
keep it rolling.
Yeah.
Okay. So Danny said 1. That's true, DL.
That's he just homie died over ants. That defines this whole movie. Literally,
Yeah.
homie died over ants.
RP24, not to be confused with Chet Stable, said 6. Max said he didn't watch, but then later on said, after he did watch it, that he said it wasn't as bad as everyone thought. Queel said
Oh, I was
said
talking
5.
about Max.
I
thought
wasn't.
That's who you were talking about.
No, I'm not, I wasn't. Queel said 5, and then he said, "Midman, it's a shame Majors got caught lacking because he's goated as Kang," which is very true.
Absolutely.
Very, very true.
It's
My mic's falling. My mic is sucking right now. Jesus.
We just got caught lacking RL.
CMO Ho said 7.73838.
Come on. He said
Fuck
7.
off.
He gave it a 7.
Yeah, Willie also said 8 until the end.
Ugh.
Xander,
No, I'm telling you guys, the movie it's not
not
that,
bad
like
until
I'm
the
not.
end.
It's not an 8. Sorry, Willie. Not an 8.
It would have been a
But
7
not-
if it kept that energy.
But it's not that
throughout the
bad
end.
until the end.
Like, I would say
These are
it's a consistent
rating it too
7.5 throughout the entire movie, and the ending. You know, I mean, I'm not even gonna rate that. I mean, we'll get into ours. Sorry, we'll get into
Yeah.
ours.
So we'll get into ours later. So Xander, I'm going to skip yours as well. But thank you all for answering. I did have, one of my old friends that I used to do karate with had sent me a message about his thoughts on Ant-Man and the Wasp. So I figured that I'd read them. So he said that he liked this one better than Ant-Man and the Wasp, the second movie, but it still felt pretty mid in his opinion. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love Jonathan Majors' acting and all that, but the special effects and CGI were kind of cheap in some ways. And I also like
True.
how they set up Kang through the future for the multiverse saga. I'm just curious to know what variant of Kang the Avengers will fight in Kang Dynasty. Not sure if Kang the Conqueror will come back, or if they will each fight a different variant of Kang showed in the mid/post-credit scene of Quantumania for Loki Season 2. Which he hits the nail on the head and like all the points on that.
Yeah, that's a tough question. I think I think they're gonna face off against the other ones too, because they wouldn't introduce like the Ramatut version without having the Avengers fight them too.
I think that we're just going to slowly see Kang in more projects. Like we're getting more. Obviously, we're going to get probably a couple variants in Loki Season 2. I think that there's a possibility that Moon Knight Season 2 deals with Ramatut, or there's rumors that the Fantastic Four movie will deal with Ramatut. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Immortus in maybe like one of the future cosmic based stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if in Kang Dynasty they fight against a bunch of different Kangs that ends up and then maybe one like Kang the Conqueror is the one to create Battle World or something like that, which brings us into Secret Wars. Like I definitely can see that there's going to be multiple versions of Kang, and I don't think that this one is dead in particular either.
I don't see how this one's even a threat though. That's why he's asking like if this is going to be the one they're fighting, because he doesn't seem like a threat.
No, yeah, exactly.
He's getting dispatched by a
Like,
bunch of
literally.
fucking ants. Dispatched.
Ant-Man and the Wasp
He's
being,
literally like, yeah, sure, okay. MODOK did whatever he did. Maybe he disabled his shield or whatever. But it's like, first of all, no, just point blank, no. Second of all,
no.
Has some fucking exactly no again, yeah. But second of all, has some freaking adaptability. Like this man should be freaking nice with it on the fly. Because the problem, there's a disconnect because you literally have him saying moments earlier, "Do you know how many rebellions I put down? Blah 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 blah. All this stuff I've done." And then that shit with Janet being like, "He's destroyed
You're an
not
Avenger?
planets, not galaxies, timelines,
like fucking timelines,
and he's
bro.
losing the fucking ants." Like there's a disconnect between what you're saying about him and what he's doing.
You're an
Because
Avenger.
a man who
He's
can
killed Thor.
Have
He's
I
killed
killed
Thor
you before?
he's literally destroyed like the entire fucking universe is destroyed because of him. Like you see like him fucking going to different timelines and just killing everything, destroying
Purging
everything.
them.
Like yeah, exactly. Like
It just doesn't correlate. But I
No.
guess what do we have left before the ratings? Just talking about post credit scenes. I mean they're both cool.
Mid. I don't know. The king shouting like fucking.
Yeah, that was too
baboons
much.
is stupid.
Too much.
That was
That's
a little
something
too
that
much.
frat boys.
that's
Too
something
much
that
frat
looks
boys.
cool in a
On a
comic
comic panel, but not
Yeah,
on.
but
Yeah.
not in
not animated.
action.
It shouldn't have been
No.
animated. It should have
No.
just been like
The second
like,
one-
hey guys.
The second one is literally just ripped straight from Loki. Like, see, it's probably going to be
Yeah.
a scene in like the first episode of Loki season 2, which I'm not mad when they do that. Don't get me wrong. I
Mhm.
think that
It's
enjoy
better
that.
than these one-off like Hercules shit or whatever they do.
That
when they
means
just,
nothing in the
they're
end.
just
Yeah.
tossing a character that we're never gonna see. Fucking literally Scorpion. That one guy from Better Call Saul would have been goated. As I mean, I
Never
didn't even
see
see
him.
the man
And
yet.
Ant-Man,
And-
yeah,
and,
we never see him again.
like there's so many situations like that.
Yeah, but so I'm much rather because they did that with the Captain Marvel. I mean, with the Miss Marvel post credit scene, which is the things for the Marvels. They've done it for Civil War with the Ant-Man 1 post credit scene. So I'm not mad at them just ripping a scene from whatever the next project they want to hype up is. But it definitely has me hyped for Loki season 2. I mean, Loki season 1 was already a banger as it was. So I'm assuming this second season has the entire same crew. So hopefully it's pulling through.
It's probably my most anticipated project beside Guardians of the Year for Marvel.
That's
Probably.
that's
Loki.
Well, besides Spider-Verse, but Marvel Studios.
I mean, that's my yeah. That's in its own.
That's the only good thing Sony has going for it.
Yeah, exactly. Which
They got the third best Marvel movie and fucking.
Which I don't know.
That's
It's
kind of
collab.
tough.
It's
That's
a
kind of a bad
collaboration.
look.
It is a bad
it
look
is
for
Marvel
Marvel,
Studios
but
movie
it's a
though.
collaboration. It's like Sony gives them the IP
Okay.
and let them.
All right,
cook
so
with it.
I'll just say it's freaking.
Sony
mate.
pays for the movie. Marvel makes the movie.
Exactly.
That's what it
That's why they
boils
can
down
use
to.
like Doctor. Yeah, that's why they can use Doctor Strange and shit. But
Yeah,
they can't
yeah.
use
Iron
any of the
Man.
Avenger characters at Sony
Yeah.
because like Marvel just makes these movies.
Still though, it's still Sony. Like Sony's got its fucking name all over that shit.
Yeah, they be jerking off in the intro. With their
Yeah.
names everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I guess then we'll get into our ratings, which, for those of you who don't know, they are different than when we actually do the Staincast ratings because
it's out of 100, baby.
yes, sir. So because we did this ranking when we started, and then when we switched over to just the regular Staincast, we did switch it up. But to stay in line with what we have for the MCU already existing, we're going to stick with this. And for me, I guess I'll go first. After all we said, I have nothing but to repeat myself if I talk any more about this movie. It's ass. Well, it's not ass. It's mid. So for me, it puts it at a 6.4 or a 64 out of 100. It puts it right above Ant-Man and the Wasp, which is at a 63. It's even with Hawkeye, which is also at a 64. And then it puts it right below the first Ant-Man, which is at a 67.
Nah, no way.
I'm hearing a lot of high numbers right now.
I'm the high numbers. This movie, you're saying this movie's the same quality as that fucking Hawkeye?
Yes.
That's what
Come
I'm
on,
saying.
don't do that.
Hawkeye's too high. First of all,
Don't do
that's
that.
what I gotta say.
Don't do
No,
that.
Hawkeye's the bottom of my list, bro.
What did you say Hawkeye was?
Hawkeye's a 64. It's the fucking
64. is
it's
too
the
high.
32nd movie out of 40.
All right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's 32nd out of 40. Fucking below it is both Ant-Man and the Wasp movies, Miss Marvel, 3 of the Thor movies,
All right.
Captain Marvel, and
I can't hate
She-Hulk.
too much.
It's more important what number
it's just
it
the
is.
rank, yeah, it's just the number.
It's
like,
more important
a
what the number,
64
well,
to
like
me
where,
is
like where it ranks
it's
on the
like, all right,
list,
it's
not what the
decent.
number is beside it.
It's the 32nd
Because-
movie. Hawkeye is
Okay.
the 32nd. Quantumania is the 33rd.
Nah, you wrong for that, cuh. You wrong for that.
I
Come
don't
on,
know
all
which
of
one I wanna
Kang,
watch
Kang's
more,
scenes, literally anything like I don't know, man. It just, I mean, It's also a
it's,
TV
look,
show.
it's even with
So
Hawkeye.
it's like
I can see the audience for Hawkeye.
nah, son, you guys gotta cut this shit out right now.
Fucking Hawkeye has Haley Steinfeld, Yelena, and Kingpin. This has just Kang and just Kang.
You rocking with that Kingpin? Kingpin taking
No,
a
but
grenade to the chest,
but
ripping
Vincent
a fucking
D'Onofrio is still a
door
good
off.
actor. But Vincent D'Onofrio is still a good actor.
People be loving Jeremy Renner too. Like, there's a lot of Hawkeye fans, like Mum.
Yeah, like
Mum.
the Mumbarilla stray.
Yeah,
But
I
I
mean,
don't
it's
see
been a while
anything
since
that the
mom
appeal
caught
of this
one.
movie after. Like,
But-
after watching this again, I don't see the appeal of rewatching it again. Ever.
No,
I mean,
no,
like,
not at all.
I mean,
That's
like,
my
Jay,
issue
I guess
with it.
we can reach the impasse where I'm not watching either of them shits.
Exactly.
And
Either
for a very
Exactly.
long
Watch it
time.
again.
That's why it's so low. It's just like at that point it doesn't matter. Like I would much rather watch episode 5 of Hawkeye than watch the entirety of this movie.
Nah. Nope.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
You wrong for that, son.
Well, that's why these are just opinions.
Yeah, no, of course. I have my number. I'll do mine real quick, and I'm gonna give a little preface to mine because I think we've had this problem. Well, not problem. We've just had a situation before where my things are just ranked higher. Like, I feel like we're actually about the same because my 32 is 67, but whatever. I'm gonna put this at a 73 because there ain't no goddamn way in hell I'm putting it over Black Widow. I mean, putting it under Black Widow, What If, Ant-Man 1, or any of that other stuff. See, now I'm gonna have to take another look at my list.
Actually, yeah. Now that you mention
Yeah,
that,
I'm looking around.
I'm looking.
There are
Is that
some
like is
discrepancies.
that a 73 out of 100?
Yeah.
Nah, that's too high.
I mean, that's a 73, man. Like, it's number 25 on my list out of friggin' 39. Like, that's friggin' bottom percent.
I feel like I'm just a
freaking
harsh critic because I'm just gonna say mine is like a fucking 49.
Yeah, no, you are a harsh critic. You are
it's like-
for
it's
me
like-
for me a 49 is Love and Thunder.
No, Love and Thunder for me is like a fucking 30, like pushing 29. Like
It's hard for
25,
me
like-
because it's
just
just
not a
as soon as you
watchable
get
movie.
below like a 50, it doesn't matter anymore. Like, it's shit. It's like I'm not watching a
It's just
10,
pain.
I'm not watching a 20, I'm not watching a 30 or 40 or 50. Like, I'm not doing any of it.
But
So
those
it's like-
movies exist. That's the problem. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
for me,
yeah,
a
it's like
five.
this-
A 5 is like mid. Like that's like literally.
It's the
like
same reason why
50% mid.
She-Hulk doesn't have a number for me because it'll get a number when they make something worse than it. Because it's just the definitive bottom. Like, it doesn't need a number. It's the worst
Which is
thing they've ever
understandable.
made.
Yeah. So there's no
Like-
reason to put something below
Like
it.
the way I see it is a 6 is average, 7 is good, 8 is like great, and 9
5 is
like
average.
damn near
5 is
perfect.
literally average. It's
Five,
the
no,
middle.
no. Five is mid for me. 5 is just mid. Like, you're teetering on being a bad movie, but like watchable. 6 is like actually like, all right, it's a movie. I'll watch to see. I won't see it again, but it's decent. Like a 7 is actually that's when I put a good movie. Like a 7. Like it has its problems, but it has a good narrative to it. Like an 8 is like an actual fucking rewatchable movie, and 9 is like a fucking classic. 10 is like a masterpiece, like fucking like Taxi Driver or some shit like that.
Yeah. Like I said, I was looking at some discrepancies on my list, especially now with the benefit of hindsight.
We
I might
may
have to
do
redo it.
I was like we may do a redo maybe once
Next phase
maybe-
ends, like this phase
yeah,
ends.
maybe when phase 5 ends we'll just do a complete re-ranking
Yeah.
of our MCU. Wow, I can't speak. We've been talking too long. It's getting to that point.
Been
Yeah, I
talking
mean,
about
we're at an
mid
hour,
too
so
long.
this is pretty comfy. I think we can kind of just
Start
get
to
onto
wrap this
our.
up here. Can you get Jonathan Majors off the screen?
He's literally
No.
in me the whole time.
Yeah, literally. That's why I had to have him up. I had to let you know. I was like, bro, come on, you can't give this movie
Mr.
a
Majors.
fucking 49. It's like if it's 49,
I didn't give it a
Jonathan-
49. He
I'm
did.
giving
it's
it a 49
49
because it's less than mid for me. It's not.
But, like,
a movie
that's-
I'd want to watch again.
Yeah,
Like
no,
a
it's tough. Okay.
50% is like for me is literally the definition.
That's the
of
deal.
in the
That's
middle.
why we are. That's just we all rank things differently.
Yeah,
I have things
70
ranked a
is
little
like-
lower than you. You have things that ranked higher than
it's
me.
also Xander. It's in the vacuum of the Marvel. That's why we rank it.
Yeah, we rank it as the MCU stuff, like
Yeah.
on the
rank-
MCU
even for
scale.
Me, I would rank like a 70 for me is like the first Doctor Strange. Like that's a 70. Like that's what I'm ranking. Like,
Doctor Strange's like an 8.5, son.
Yeah, the first Doctor Strange is 8.7 for me.
Yeah,
Jeez.
or something like that. But you also like, but there's bias, like the fact that you dress
I like
I
Doctor
don't
Strange.
rank them.
I
I
like
don't rank
Doctor
them in the
Strange.
term of MCU movie. I'm ranking them as movies. Like that's my problem.
Okay,
I'm
well,
ranking
yeah,
these
that's
shits
the
as like
difference.
movie
I
narrative.
mean, I agree
lines.
exactly. And as a movie, if I ranked it, it would be like a 60. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So
that-
we're
that's
I
not
have
what
gonna
I'm
Doc-
say-
saying.
I have
Like,
Multiverse of
I
Madness
can't give the MCU
too
a pass
high.
anymore for being comic book movies because they had their chance phase 1 to 3. They had the formula down. Now they're fucking shit up.
Yeah,
They're
but
seriously.
I guess that's besides the point. DL, you want me to do it as usual?
I'll just do a closing remark. Don't watch this movie.
True.
If you really want to see Kang, watch like a compilation on YouTube and be like,
Yeah,
oh yeah,
watch
this
the
is something to get
clips.
excited about. But do not watch the end of this movie, fellas. Anyone who's watching this, please. This is a public service announcement.
The
Do
last like
not
40
watch
to
the end of
30
this movie.
minutes. Do not watch the last.
That's why
just
I
don't.
gave it a 49.
You gain
Don't
nothing.
watch
You
this.
gain nothing. Like you watch the end of it, and you're just sitting there like. And it's a shame too because the first half of it ain't even bad either. It'd be one thing if it was just never good, but it was all right.
The first
And
half is
then-
actually and then it just gets to shit.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, that's my that's the broad strokes,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen.
yeah, as usual, thank you guys for tuning in. The Kid, thank you for joining us this week. We look forward to seeing you next week. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and ring that notification bell down below if you're watching this on YouTube. Leave us a review if you're watching this on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Make sure you go to the Instagram at the Staincast, where Saturday-ish we'll be posting the teaser for next week, as well as the question of the week. Click that Redbubble link in the bio to buy some merch. And stay tuned next week, where we'll be going back to the Staincast to cover The Menu. Fantastic movie.
Some good
See
eats.
you guys
Alex.
then.
Finally, something fucking good to eat.
I mean, if you're doing one, I might as well.
Oh.